everyone. Today we're going to go over our book Chrysanthemum by Kevin Hinckus, and we've done one of his books before, so you're going to notice a couple similarities in this book. So this book is about being yourself. That is our theme this week, and you're going to learn how Chrysanthemum learns how to be herself, okay? And our central question is, how do Chrysanthemum's feelings about her name change throughout the story, okay? So let's go ahead and start our book. First, we're going to go over our vocabulary words. Okay, our first word is appreciate. Appreciate means to understand and accept someone's worth, or something's worth, okay? Someone or something. The next word is beamed. Beamed means to shine brightly, all right? The next one is dreadful. Dreadful means terrible. Terrible. Most of the time, dreadful means you don't look forward to something. It's very dreadful. It's terrible. And our last word, or next to the last word, is giggled. Giggled means to laugh. We all know what that means. And then our last one is wilted. Wilted, it means to go limp or fall. All right? Okay. So let's go ahead and start our book. Now I want to read the top line up here. It says, be kind, be courageous, celebrate what makes you, you. Okay? So remember, our theme is be yourself. Alright, here's our book, Chrysanthemum by Kevin Hinckus. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' life. She is perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was absolutely perfect. You want to join in on the story, buddy? Yeah? Okay. Her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way... One second. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect. And then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum. School! But when Mrs. Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Mrs. Chud doesn't sound like a good name either to me. It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During that time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters. That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria, said Miss Chud. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said, as students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School's no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long, It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower. Oh, pish, said her mother. Your name is beautiful, and precious, and priceless, and fascinating, and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and paracheesy. That's a game. The night Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane, and it was an absolutely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing. Let's smell her, said Jo. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Miss Chudd. Now put your head down. I just can't believe your name, Victoria said as the other students lined up to go home. Neither can I, thought Chrysanthemum. Victoria's a big fat jerk. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. They said I even looked like a flower. They pretended to pick on me and smell me. Oh, pish, said her mother. They're just jealous. And envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced. Jaundiced, said her father. Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours, said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and paracheesy. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked her the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. That's a lot of pockets. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possession and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 the flowers seemed to say. Turn page. That morning, the students were introduced to Miss Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Miss Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Miss Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Jo was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's daisy! Chrysanthemum's daisy! Jo, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. What's so humorous? Asked Miss Twinkle. Chrysanthemum was the answer. Her name is so long, said Jo. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria, and she's named after a flower. My name is long, said Miss Twinkle. It is, said Jo. My name would scarcely fit on a name tag, said Miss Twinkle. It would, said Rita, pointing. And, said Miss Twinkle, I'm named after a flower, too. You are? Said Victoria. Yes, said Mrs. Twinkle. My name is, oh goodness, Delphinium. What's this word right here? Delphinium. Excuse the pause. Yes, said Miss Twinkle. My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle? And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed. She beamed. She bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. Call me Marigold, said Joe. I'm Carnation, said Rita, pointing. My name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. Now, this is the epilogue. This is at the end of the story. It's like a little note to go along with the story. Overall, the class musical was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was absolutely perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake. She completely forgot her lines as the dainty fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was wildly funny, and she giggled throughout the entire dance of the flowers. Eventually, Miss Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and of course, she named her Chrysanthemum. And she's sitting in a chrysanthemum flower. And that's our book. So, alright, you guys. So, again, our theme of this week is to be yourself. And Chrysanthemum learned that her name is very important and it is perfect, okay? So, what you're going to do today is, I always forget to say this at the beginning of the video, but you're going to fill out your I Wonder page while we're reading, just like always, okay? And then you are going to infer, you're going to do the back of the I Wonder page, and you're going to infer why Chrysanthemum likes her name at the end of the text. So you're going to tell me what happened that makes you think she likes her name, okay? And that's your activity for today, okay? All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.